baby beard.
Waited for you, Fry.
This episode traumatized me as a young person.
My head is hurting again.
Where's my firstborn son?
God does not care about me masturbating.
Your singing is bad and you should feel bad. First get out into a bus, so you're like, oh no!
Yeah. I don't like myself becoming the protagonist of this podcast.
You've been in
Yeah, because you haven't learned anything.
Shut up and take my podcast.
Oh, feeling a bit sleepy there?
I was going for a whale.
Oh.
Echolocation podcast. Oh, that's such an idea.
How do you know that the whales aren't listening to us right now?
Or maybe they're doing their own Shut Up and Take My podcast.
Oh, what podcatcher do you have to use to get that? Oh my God, that's so clever.
What?
Fuck, because a group of whales
Is
is
a
a
pod. We've
cast.
stumbled upon a secret.
Holy shit. This goes all the way to the top.
And the only place you're going to find such riveting discoveries as this is Shut Up and Take My Podcast, that Australian Futurama podcast that pits episode against episode in a bloody, glorious, blubbery gauntlet battle for your entertainment. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the inflection up this time.
Oh, for your entertainment.
Wait, let me remember how I do my thing. Bloody, glorious gauntlet battle for your entertainment. And as always, I'm joined here by Ellen.
Just vomit on me gently while I abuse a pheasant, please. And I'm joined here by Sean.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Different
I see.
inflection for Leela's catchphrases. Oh, my God, what did I do?
Fuck. Everything is happening
I just
right now.
knocked the internet off. For those that wonder, so for those of you that are in Australia, you know how shit the internet is. The internet is so shit that instead of using the internet that we have at our home, I use my mobile phone data
Yep,
all the time
pretty much.
for my desktop computer.
Yeah.
As in, I don't use my phone, I use the computer.
Yeah. I don't think there's a time where my 4G is off, to be honest.
No. Why would it ever be? That's them breaks, you know? Hey, guess what?
What?
We have...
So
yeah,
I'm just very depressed by Australia's lack of internet.
we apparently get NBN, which is good internet, apparently. I don't know what your equivalent is in the States, but we get good NBN, apparently, in July.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometime between January and July, which means October.
So we can get to join the rest of the world.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
But unfortunately...
It's been a while.
It means that we get NBN when this podcast is done.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This podcast does end at some point, by the way.
What do you mean?
There's a finite amount of episodes of this show.
I thought we were like collecting all, the writers and different staff of
Like
Futurama.
Pokemon.
Yeah, so that we could like force them to do more. I thought that was the end game.
I was in just to like go through the series again, but just with them, and eventually they can take the podcast and we just slowly back off. And
As in they do their own podcast.
as in, like, we guessed one of them on,
yeah.
and then one of us leaves.
So we fade
guess
out.
we slowly, and then it just becomes Steven Sandoval's responsibility to do the podcast.
I meant make them make more episodes so we can do them. Not.
That seems harder.
It does seem harder, doesn't it? But they
forcing Steven to do this podcast
but
sounds more achievable.
They would have the same problem where they'd run out of episodes.
And then they give it to other... Until eventually Matt Groening's like, what the fuck is this?
I was given this podcast by my father as he was given it by his father.
That's actually like not a bad idea. Like bequeath
Yes, it is.
the podcast to someone else that has never watched Futurama before. Even the first run. Just never seen it before.
But like we would keep it under our banner.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not, I don't, it's too
Look,
much.
I didn't think this through.
Look, I mean,
I love to have big business ideas right on the podcast with no forethought at
right.
all.
And then to like just lose enthusiasm for them just as quickly.
Yeah. As soon as someone's like, oh, tell me more, you're like, for fuck's sake.
Look, if I didn't grab you with one line.
Forget about it. Oh, fuck this shit.
Oh, this is why my business fail. This is why my business fail.
My business.
I slurred on water. By the way, speaking of what's the word you used? Enthusiasm.
Fuck up?
No, because that works badly for my segue. Speaking of enthusiasm, we had an email
Hey!
from a fan who is not a fuck up.
Yeah, let's just clarify that.
Oh, and I nearly forgot about this person.
It makes sense to me. It'll make sense to you.
His or her name is the person's name is Nearly Stone, which is the greatest fucking name ever.
It is, really.
If that is your real name,
that we've just revealed on the podcast.
Nearly Stone, sending love from Texas. I'm sorry, you've forced me to do this now.
Howdy.
Hey, y'all. I'm a new listener from Texas, and I love Shut Up and Take My Podcast, ! Times 2. It's so fun to listen to y'all's discussions, and I just wanted to drop in and say thanks for making a great Futurama podcast. Best, a Nearly.
Oh, my stars.
Yeah, it did go very kind of
Southern Belle.
debutante.
Southern Belle. Also, I believe we gave Nearly a shout out on Facebook and Instagram. So, and also today I followed you back, Nearly. So, if you don't, we'll know.
Wait, are they on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they've followed us. So, and I also requested to follow back. So,
Nearly.
Now we
now we know.
Yeah, so
Now I was talking about like deep cuts from TV shows that maybe certain people would remember, but others won't.
What?
Now we know.
Now we know. I didn't get it.
It's a Mitchell and Webb series.
Oh.
They do so many, I don't know. Futurama podcast is what we're doing. If you haven't noticed by now, by the way, episodes that just include
Been
Ellen and
derailed.
myself, they're not episodes. They are experiences.
They're basically like little mini, I was going to say therapy sessions, but not really.
Or just like a chance for us to catch up.
Even though we live together.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier, we don't talk to each other without
Everything
a
is content.
microphone. I tried to talk to you off mic earlier, just chatting, and you forced the microphone into my face.
I thought you said, and I just walked away.
Yeah, you walked away. You came back with a boom. You just... No. Just keep talking. I'm not even here.
Hey.
What
episode do you reckon we're up to? And by that, I mean what season
Number.
and what episode?
Oh, fuck. Was 7,
Yes.
right?
There's a lot riding on this answer. If you get it wrong, we don't do the podcast.
Oh, fuck. It was nice seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Tune in next week.
What do you reckon?
So like 5?
Nope. See you later, guys.
Is this disc 2?
No.
Oh, it's disc 1.
Mabes.
No.
It's episode 8.
Oh.
Season 7.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 8. It may be your 5th because our kind of rotation's been a bit off.
That's
this
what
season,
I was trying to gauge by like...
based on what you've done and what you haven't done weeks-wise.
Turns out I can't math.
And all our side missions and everything else. So
Yeah.
season 7, episode 8, Free Will Hunting.
Did you say free will hunting?
Free Will Hunting.
Free will hunting.
Which is a
Ooh.
reference to the Robin Williams film.
Good.
Good Will Hunting.
Oh, no, I just meant it was
Good. Or Free Willy, potentially.
I don't remember Robin Williams as the whale.
No, yeah. Bringing it back to Wales.
Wales? Do we have any listeners in Wales? All of our Welsh listeners, please get back to us. Oh, I was talking about Wales, the place.
The place.
Yeah.
What about New South Wales?
Aye.
We may have listeners from New South Wales. If we do, speak out.
Yeah.
Let us know.
But mainly, if we have any Welsh listeners, please, if you want us to butcher your accent like we did the Texan one earlier.
Oh, look, here's the thing. Like, most accents to me make sense, sans the Welsh accent. I don't understand the accent.
Have you ever watched The Valleys?
Nope.
It's like the Welsh Jersey Shore.
Oh, I'm in.
And there's like one phrase that me and my friends would say to each other. Oh, he's so nice. I didn't even have to give him a BJ. And they would say, instead of I'm angry, I'm tamping, raging, fuming I am. Yeah, so please.
Either that or that was like Mrs. Doubtfire 2.
Hello.
Once again, Robin Williams.
Yes, back into the episode.
Which is the director. The director for this episode is Rami Muskies,
Aye.
who was last here in A Farewell to Arms, which if you do go back into our catalogue to A Farewell to Arms, I did it with Rami Muskies.
Yes.
So he was on the podcast for his last episode,
Yes.
and he's not this time.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the show, Rami Muskies. Friend of Futurama is the writer. Not friend of ours yet. Maybe one day. David X. Cohen. He's a busy boy.
Aspirational.
I would love that.
Yes.
David X. Cohen is a writer, and he last turned up in Rebirth, which was the start of the second run.
Right, yeah.
And this is the last one he ever wrote.
Wow.
He wrote Rebirth, and then this, and then he's done.
For the second run?
For Futurama.
Okay.
This is the last time he ever wrote an episode.
Dang.
I
guess he is busy.
Yeah, he rode off into the sunset, and now he's doing... What is he doing? Is David... Yeah, he's on Disenchantment. I know this.
Yeah.
Disenchantment.
I would say Disenchanted.
I know.
Which is a My Chemical Romance song. Holler at me.
Or I think of... what's the movie with Jason Masters? Not Jason Masters. Cyclops from the original... Enchanted. With Isla Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it?
Amy Adams.
Isn't Isla Fisher in it too?
Nah.
Oh.
It's Amy Adams, y'all.
Dang.
Yeah. Very easy to get those mixed up, I will say.
Amy Adams is my favorite actor as well,
Yeah.
so that's horrific.
She's like the only person who could actually play like a real life Disney princess. Like it just had to be her. It's like she was made in a lab.
It had to be you.
Had to be you. Wonderful you.
Well, there's not an Isla, but there is an Idina in that film.
Idina. I can't even make the joke because I can't even remember how John Travolta said it.
What?
Idina Duzabab. It was like I don't know what ceremony it was, but he went to say Idina Menzel's name and basically didn't read it properly.
I vaguely remember this.
No one
knew what he was saying.
He didn't bother to double check the pronunciation.
Idina
or anything.
Boozalabing. Also a great name.
Yeah. What did you say?
Idina Boozalabing.
Boozalabing.
Just like a great...
How do you get that from Menzel?
With finesse.
Oh, God.
But now...
yes.
Speaking of finesse, would you like to be the one that runs down the plot?
Yeah, okay. So Bender... Fuck, how does fucking
Bender fucks.
start? Bender fucking fucks. No, so he... goes to uni. He gets involved in drugs.
He puts on his nerd glasses. And
That's
so
right.
Because of
That's
that,
how. Okay, so he puts on his nerd glasses. Then he goes to university. Then he gets hooked on drugs. Then he gets involved with like the mob. He gets pretty addicted to these drugs. He's in a gang. His gang member friend gets brutally shot up. It's just like a big downward spiral for Bender
until he ends up.
And then he ends up in.
He almost does.
He goes to court, essentially, but it's ruled that he is not guilty because robots don't have free will.
Yeah, by the most competent rooster lawyer. It's the most competent I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
That rooster.
I mean, he generally makes sense.
Sometimes. Most of the times he just bekirks and feeds his own children in his briefcase.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me.
No, that makes sense. But as a lawyer, as a father, he's competent.
Yeah.
As a lawyer, not so much. He's fucking in jail once.
Look, he wasn't a good lawyer, but my God, he was a good father.
My point.
Yeah, which Bender is pretty bummed out about. He basically becomes a nihilist and thinks if everything is predetermined for him, then what's the kind of fucking point of doing anything?
Bender's me.
Yeah, he joins a monastery for a bit, but then he learns that there was a free-willed switch.
Yep.
There's a gap.
Bender function.
Yeah, and it was going to be put in place by Mum, who had Farnsworth try and design this free will switch for robots, but he thought it was
a bad idea.
Yeah, because she wants robots to basically be able to slaughter humanity. So Bender then learns this. He goes and tracks down Farnsworth. Farnsworth did actually complete the free will switch. He puts it in Bender's head because Bender has a little cry about it. And then Bender proves it works by shooting Farnsworth.
Attempted murder.
Yeah, he goes back to court and it is finally ruled that he is guilty. Yay! That's the end.
Is this the most blatantly evil thing Bender has done? Like,
no.
Attempted murder is up there.
I would say no.
What would you put instead?
He's definitely murdered more things.
Like?
Look, I didn't come here to be called out like this.
That's right. So,
No, Bender's definitely murdered people before.
who's he murdered?
I don't know.
You can't just say that.
No, but I'm very certain that maybe not even. Well, how does he have so many hearts?
Oh, he has an arm of the Prime Minister of Norway.
Yeah, it's implied that he's done some dodgy shit.
He gave his arm willingly. But I don't need it.
I'd give my right arm to have that kind of deal.
It's yeah. I like that Bender just
Shoots Farnsworth.
Like, it's very...
I don't know why you think it's weird for me to assume that Bender has killed people when his catchphrase is kill all humans.
Yeah, but it's just... But he always then secretly whispers, except Fry.
Yeah, except one.
But he doesn't say kill all humans because he's done it.
The world is not full of just Fry.
No, but the world... everything that people... Like, when people say things, they don't just do them all the time. If I say, I'm going to kill you,
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill you.
He's going to kill me.
Unless I do.
You heard it here on the podcast first, folks.
I'm editing it.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I'm not. Chris is. Chris, who do you love more?
That's not fair.
I also really like this episode.
It was so fun. It was like, it's definitely the most, like, maybe not the most, but it's a pretty bazonkas.
Give another
opening.
example.
What?
Just calling you out every statement.
Why can't you even name 3 of their albums?
Yeah.
Why can't you even name 3 of their victims?
What was the name of Bender's album at the end of the episode?
Fuck.
Oh, I wouldn't
No,
know.
I didn't take notes on that.
I didn't either. What was that?
I don't know. I wanted to have a Danish. So I looked away for a brief second.
And then it was over. And I couldn't rewind the DVD.
I couldn't, even though I did rewind it earlier, but I was like, no.
In fact, it's not even called... No, it is called Rewind. I'm just wondering, like... what would you call it now?
On a DVD?
On a DVD.
It's still rewinding. Oh, you're not winding.
No. Yeah, like, what's a more apt... Skipping would be forward.
Back pressing.
Back... Pressing the back button.
Back button pressing.
Man, they wonder why.
Butt press.
Why does Chris let us do podcasts together?
Do you want to butt press?
Yes.
Hey, can you butt press, please?
Just butt press 5 seconds, thanks. Not on the DVD.
That sounds like something Hedonismbot would say. Which we must. It needs to be remarked that Hedonismbot is in this episode, and all of our days were brighter because of it. Where he asks Bender to,
what's he gonna do?
Nothing vile. Just vomit on me gently while I humiliate a pheasant.
Poor pheasant.
Oh, I've even got here in my notes. I'd do Hedonismbot. He seems like he would be a gentleman.
Does he though?
Like, yes. Are you kidding me? Hedonismbot, like, paying you for some form of pleasure. Like, he's literally a hedonist. Like, you're gonna go there and you're gonna have, like, a fucking great time. And he's gonna pay you for it. Look, I don't care if I get arrested through this podcast. I would do it.
So I'm gonna make a phone call. I'll be right back.
Woof.
This is also... Oh, by the way to bring back a place from an episode that I do not care for. Fear of a Bot Planet, Season 1, Episode 5. They bring back the Robot Planet. We did not enjoy that episode, but fuck, that's a good use of your Bot Planet.
It's a nice planet. I
nice place
literally gasped a few times just with some really nice
visuals.
Animation. Like, I'm a fucking slut for stained glass. I'll tell you what.
What?
Tell you what. I'm a fucking slut for stained glass. I love it. But the whole
Did you stain it? No, skip that.
delete that.
Don't. Keep it in. Live with your mistakes.
But press that 20 seconds. No, the stained glass, the whole robot church, with all the kind of gear work and even the stained glass image to mum. I thought that was fucking beautiful. I also loved all the animation of all the robots moving in sync.
And blending 2D with 3D and just that really kind of just
Bender walking amidst the whole like rows
The
and
rush
rows and
hour.
rows of robots rushing like
At
in
12.
perfect lines. I even love
Everyone's slurping together and drinking their
Yes.
oil.
Yep, and then like burping fire all
Oh,
all
that
at the
fire!
same time.
That may have been my favorite visual of the entire episode.
You know what mine was? When they're working, what are they doing? They're doing.
I don't know.
They're like turning gears, and then suddenly we have a shift, and it's the
yep.
MC Escher like staircase.
Good, thank you that you know the word for that. 'Cause I didn't.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I loved it. It was so much fun, and they had the little like on a cuckoo clock, the cop and robber
Yeah.
perfectly
with
going around in a circle.
which is like. Talking about not having free will.
Yeah,
like,
they don't have free will.
That
They're-
robot. That's your life plan right there.
That's very like Killing Joke, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
it's like the cycle will always kind of repeat.
Is that a Batman reference?
Yep.
Great, because I haven't seen The Killing Joke yet.
Like Reddit.
No, but it's an animated version that came out just
Yeah,
last year too.
don't
No, I've
see
heard
it.
this.
Don't see it.
I've heard this. Is it at least Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill?
It is, but it's terrible. I hate to tell you. I know. I thought, oh my god, Kevin Conroy,
Kevin Conrad.
Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill back again, like in their
It's
favorite
like
roles.
you've been duped. It's Kevin Conrad and Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, but I always drink my
Milk.
Yeah, it was just like, what the fuck? It was so disappointing. It's like they didn't know what made The Killing Joke good. Also, there's like a huge prologue at the start to, I guess, avoid Barbara Gordon being like just a character who's fridged, but
Yeah, right.
but it just devalues her character so much. It's just really lazy, and then also the writing does not match up in tone at all with The Killing Joke. It's just got some weird animation, like they didn't have much of a budget maybe, and just some weird line reads as well. So
All right, well, I'm going to stick with Under the Red Hood because that is a fucking dope animation. If you haven't seen Under the Red Hood, need I say more? It has Jensen Ackles and Ackles from
Supernatural Boy.
and Neil Patrick Harris as Nightwing.
Oh,
Yes. And Mark Hamill.
yeah.
And Kevin Conroy.
Mark Hamill.
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 I also... I love that...
Oh, yeah, we should talk about this episode.
That there's a university that, like, engraves how much it costs right onto the... Like, they're very upfront. Just like, let's engrave it. It's $10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
That's... I mean, we all know what we're getting into with university debt, don't we?
Nope.
Don't we? Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't.
I will never pay off my debt because I'll never earn over the threshold. So
Do you know how much your debt is? Because I don't.
I don't know at all.
I've
And
never
also, I went to like apart from the acting course that we both did, which is through like a
That's where I know you from.
like a. That's where we met.
Knew you were familiar.
Wonderful. Yeah, so apart from that, which is like a TAFE, I don't know if there's like another word for that. It's like a vocational learning institution.
If you can't make it at uni, you gotta go to TAFE.
Yeah, anyway, so there's that debt that I have, but I also went to university for like a semester.
Oh.
So
What'd you do?
I started a Bachelor of Arts that I didn't finish.
Yeah. What do people do with arts degrees?
So I did, yeah, exactly.
Start a podcast.
Yeah, did linguistics, beginner's French, anthropology, and social studies.
Oh, I almost did. We don't need to get into this.
We need to do this fucking episode.
Oh, death tally.
Oh, a lot. So we've got
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio, the robot who gets shot in a gang war. We've got. I was going to say Farnsworth. No, he doesn't die.
No, he comes close. Comes very close.
Who else dies?
I don't think anyone else dies. I think as far as just straight up death, Fabrizio is the only one.
Yeah, it's horrible though.
It's
he gets
awful.
riddled with bullets.
Yes, and we've seen robots get riddled with bullets before, and they've generally been fine.
But also, we know that Fabrizio is like pretty much a young kid. Like,
Oh yeah,
he's going to university. I'm fairly sure he's still got like, the acne installed in his unit.
Yeah, you never outgrow that, do you?
That's pretty fucked up. The more that I think about it. Wow.
Oh, but also had my favorite line, which is over there. No way.
Oh, yes!
Over here. I forgot where I was there for a minute.
That's basically... check out Roll to Cast, guys, if you haven't subscribed already. It's our role-playing podcast. But that's me in every fucking role-playing game where I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I am.
We actually are we?
I can't say like any directional words because I'm just like, yes, let's go. I want to walk forward, and someone's like, you're against
There's
the
a wall
there. Shit, you know what I meant.
Maybe it's just like a dickhead GM that's just like, even if you were free to do it, it's like, there's a wall there, Ellen,
just like
I'm sorry.
changes the diagram. It's actually a maze. But they just didn't describe that.
But yeah, Roll to Cast, ROLE to cast, which is we're doing a Cyberpunk 2020 campaign. We're halfway through.
That's pretty robotic.
Oh, it's like I don't have free will.
Oh. I have a few things for
Fashion corner
with Ellen. Yeah! We sound like Toad.
Wink.
So I'm not going to mention the monk outfits because, boy, what the fuck? When did we decide that monks should just be? I guess it's like a vow to God to be hideously fucking ugly, like with the worst haircut and the worst fucking fashion.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Is it?
Probably. You're not allowed to wear two different threads.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like, why would you have a stupid, like, big, round, shaved patch on your head?
Why not? You go faster.
No, you go faster. It makes you more aerodynamic, but it's like a sail. The flaps of hair that are left are like, act as a slowing mechanism.
What do you reckon they do with the
fast.
rest of that hair? They got to do something with it.
They probably make their own underwear out of it because they are into weird shit.
Yum.
And like suffering for God. So yeah, monks get like a minus a squillion points from me in a fashion corner because it's point based now.
Because it's bad fashion.
It's I don't make the rules, sweetie. Except I do. So kind of fashion, but we get to see Leela with her hair down.
Oh, yeah. Is that the first time that she's had... Like, I know she's had her hair down before, but the look
stayed
different?
down. Yeah, I don't know. She's got some weird bangs. Yeah, I guess because when we see Leela, like, most of her... She's got really, really long bangs, which just haven't been cut, but that she wears, like, over her face kind of thing. But then the sides are actually short. So she's got, like... long bangs in the middle and then short around the ears and then long.
I guess Zoidberg gave her a haircut.
I guess it was like sex hair. I don't know.
Your hair gets shorter when you have sex. Mine does. That's why I have a receding hairline.
I like that Bender, like me, will slap people over style when he asks Fry whether he should wear his nerd glasses or not. And Fry goes like, what does it matter? And he slaps him and he goes, hey!
Who did you last slap over style?
I don't know. They're not important anymore.
Fuck them.
I like the pimp floozies at the end in Bender's little music video. It's kind of very...
Where did that come from?
What do you mean? They're floozies. They come from...
That whole sequence. It was so fucking weird.
Yeah, I can't tell you. And also, you don't get to choose gang tats, Bender. It's not a thing.
This gang does.
A big purple dinosaur on my face. That was Ellen's fashion. Got it! Wait!
And I was fashion.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fucking
He didn't
hilarious.
come to play.
Funny, Sean.
Also, Bender sleeps in underwear.
Yeah.
I find that hilarious.
Don't you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Although I did have a conversation with someone who thought that was really weird. I get
Sleeping in underwear.
Well, they sleep naked, and they're like, "Why would you want to wear clothes to sleep in?" And I'm like, "Because look, as a person with a vagina, I don't want my junk out when I'm sleeping.
See, I feel
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I also,
you know what I'm saying?
as a person with a penis, I just don't want my penis on my bed.
I don't want my vagina on my bed.
Yeah, like I'm there every night.
Especially like, y'all know what I'm saying. Discharge happens. Like, constantly. It's like, you know how you have coffee machines at work and they're like...
Don't mix coffee with discharge here. I like coffee.
Like after a while, the machine will just kind of like rinse itself out and like, self-clean. That's what's happening downstairs. And I don't want to get stuff all over my bed. Also, I just don't want to put my vagina on my bed. I feel like, I don't know.
I have never slept naked.
I think I have
maybe
a
once.
few times.
Yeah, a few times, but I don't dig it.
Yeah, I much prefer to have... Usually, I'm like a underwear T-shirt kind of person.
I want my penis in my tent.
In your what?
In my tent.
In your tent? What? I thought you said you didn't like to sleep naked.
No, I want it in my tent. I want my penis in my tent.
Instead of underwear, you just have like a little tent that you like put up over your crotch.
That's why they say pitching a tent. Like it's literal.
Oh my god! As if you didn't know that. What did they teach you in school?
Fucking hell, Erin. Also,
oh god.
Here's a few things that I love about this episode. Dean Suspendington.
Was that his name?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Death Secuted.
Also good. I love a good portmanteau.
Oh, and my favorite physical gag of the entire episode. Leela gets wrecked.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Oh,
so she like uses her elastic band from her hair, even though her hair was down. I guess it was probably around her.
I think it was around
wrist.
her wrist or a wrist jackomator or whatever.
Yeah, she pulls
Bender
it
gets
back,
a bowling ball,
puts a bowling ball in it to smash up the door, and then the door just pings back. Smushing
just
her against
wrecks her.
Oh,
and she is on the ground not moving for some time.
Yeah.
And they do not
she
check
gets
on
up
her.
Again.
I know,
She's
but
a fighter.
They turned away before she got back up. Like, you guys...
Fry also got electrocuted.
Yeah.
So look.
Fry's been through a lot this season.
Can I mention though? They
slept together.
Yeah, we're seeing more of like Fry and Leela together, which is very nice.
I was there when I was there watching the episode with you.
I was there,
and Bender's obviously not there anymore. And Fry remarks about
Lord.
Bender not being there, and then I in my head I just go, and I think I even said I wonder if, and then they just pan out, and they're like, oh, good, yay. They have sleepovers.
Oh yes, and this is I wasn't sure if I was confusing this with Fun on a Bun, but they both say, "Oh Lord."
Yes, Fry.
Fry says "Oh
Leela's
Lord,"
catchphrase,
which is really cute.
Oh Lord!
I thought that was very, very cute.
Which is funny because
sounding like each other.
What's weird about that is it's only when I think it was Eric Rogers or maybe it was Jake that pointed out to me that Leela's catchphrase is "Oh Lord."
I think that was Jake.
Yeah, and I'd never realized that before. I just never realized that was a thing that Leela says, but she evidently does clearly. And to hear Fry say it was
really
great.
Sweet.
Oh Lord,
it's very cute. Mum is not a good kisser.
How would you know? Is this part of the episode or
no? When she goes to kiss Farnsworth, you can see basically what she's doing is just sucking his lips in.
That's how she likes it.
Like, yeah.
Maybe that's how Farnsworth likes it.
I mean, he pulls away.
Maybe that's how he likes it. They have gone to town on each other before, and
I
it wasn't that much
but
better.
Maybe she's not a good kisser. Maybe that's why they jumped straight to sex.
I don't know.
Look,
they've made out a lot before, and it seemed pretty par for the course.
I'll say it. I'm critiquing her kissing technique.
Right. Okay. I'm not.
You shouldn't suck someone's face like a vacuum, generally.
Unless both of you like it.
Unless both of you like
go
that,
for it.
of course.
But ask first if you want to suck face.
Exactly. Don't just plug in the vacuum cleaner. Come on.
Yeah, try that first.
No.
And if you like that,
I wanted that Kylie Jenner lip kit.
Go for the fucking face. Go for the face. I would say the one thing that I didn't like, and I'll critique, is I don't care if it's from something. I don't care if it's cool and witty. Didn't really dig that end credits thing. Don't know what the hell it was. I was just
Bender rapping.
I was just left confused by that. It's very Will Smithy.
Yeah, I don't know either. Is it meant to be some kind of dig at, I don't know,
rappers?
Like Bender getting out of jail?
I don't know.
With no consequences?
We got that one fan that's trawling through us episode by episode and letting us know what we got wrong. So when you get to this episode and you hear me telling you this right now, let me know.
Yeah.
Love to know. And then I'll still say I don't care. But thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what it was related to, apart from they had a brief flirtation with like gang violence early in the episode, but that was more a jumping off point
Yeah, and
into the free will thing.
just if it was a non sequitur, I just whatever.
One of my last things that I really liked was when Bender gets declared guilty. Balloons fall from the ceiling, and it just reminded me of if I don't think you have, but if anyone's played any of the Ace Attorney games, Phoenix Wright games, or watched the film, which I have on DVD, when you get a not guilty declared in the game, confetti falls down in the court. It's just very nice, which they also do in the film.
I'm assuming this is like a law-based game. Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
Yep, good. It's not his last name.
No, his name is Phoenix Wright.
Ooh.
Then you're gonna love this game. The names in this game, your rival is called Miles Edgeworth.
These could also just be porn names. Like they're very strong.
Look, there's
rare
a lot
names.
of really good fan fiction for Wright.
Now, when you say good,
I wrote them. Okay.
Just checking.
No, really good. I feel like because they kind of grow throughout the series, so like a lot, you can find a lot of fan fiction where like Phoenix and Miles are like kind of like more middle-aged, kind of like dads. It becomes more of a dream daddy situation where it's just very cute.
Aww.
Ow.
Cute porn.
That's fan fiction, baby.
They grow in that as well. So, I think
yes.
let's head on to a vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can formulate other things into
Segments.
into things during the voticus.
Cool.
So we've got the current winner, which I've written down. That'll never not be funny.
Fun on a bun.
That'll never not be funny. Current winner, fun on a bun.
That's probably where you got wiener from. Put a wiener in between those buns.
And then butt press. Against this episode, free will hunting.
Yes. Do
Should
you want to go first?
Should we actually,
rock, paper, scissors?
No. Or do we just do the 3, 2, 1 thing again?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 3,
hang
2,
on. Wait,
1.
no. Let me remember that.
So we do 3, 2, 1, and then on 0 we would do it. So where we would say 0 is where we say the winner.
Okay.
You get it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Free will hunting.
Ah!
Hey!
Have we ever gone against each other on that? No. This is the third time we've done it. We did it for Law and Oracle.
No.
We did
I don't think so.
No. That's good.
That's good. The system works.
Good. I've been very worried whenever
Also-
we do 2-person episodes.
Yeah. Well, it's clear that generally we like similar things.
I think so. We have I think our contention is in really obscure points and parts of the episode.
Yep.
And that's fine because we're individuals.
No.
We're not. We're the same. We have no free will.
Yeah.
Fuck us.
It's all predetermined. We didn't even need to have a vote. It was already decided.
There. Oh, yeah. We've got every winner from now on to the end of a series.
Yeah,
It's not
sorry.
even
It's
a
like
thing.
wrestling.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh.
I don't even know. Is that how they do wrestling?
What?
Fucking.
Like, determine the outcome?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that would be chaos if they didn't.
That would just be two people fighting each other,
Right?
Sean. Madness.
But no, it would be 2 people fighting, fake, and just letting them decide who wins, which might also be fun.
I kind of
Ooh.
like that. Wouldn't that just be stage fighting gone terribly?
It's stage fighting, but asking 2 actors to decide between them who gets to go over.
Yeah.
It's like if you and me had a fight and no one tells us until the fight who wins. And then they don't tell us unless they figure it out. Who do you
We
think
should
would
do
win?
that. Or like you could do that like in a Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Like
Who do you think would win? Email us at babybeardmedia@gmail.com.
Oh, in a fight
yeah.
between you and me.
I guess so.
Do we really need the emails?
Yeah, I think so. If you want to have a chance.
Hey!
So free will
Get
hunting.
fucked. No,
this is
I'm out.
fun. This is fucking a
This is
fun
so much
episode.
fun.
It's awesome. And I love the fact that we're focusing on Bender pretty much exclusively, with the
Yeah.
exception of a bit of Farnsworth. But there's really no Leela, there's no Fry, there's no Hermes, there's no Amy.
No.
In fact, I don't even think half of them have lines.
No.
But it's fine because it's a really awesome philosophical question of it's the Blade Runner thing. It's the Never Let Me Go thing. It's like how
or just modern nihilism.
Yeah.
If nothing matters, then what's the point of anything?
But also the thing of like how much autonomy can robots actually have? Like all these, less than human perceived sort of people. Like it's such an interesting. It's a sci-fi trope, and it's done to death. But when it's done well, it's awesome.
I mean, it's the I think I've asked you this already, and the answer's no. But whatever. Chobits. It's
what? Bless you.
Chobits, it's an anime slash manga, and it's basically people have persocoms, which are kind of like androids, life-size androids, essentially, they're living. Well, they're the computers, right?
Yeah.
And there's like a rumor, essentially, that there's these fabled computers called Chobits, and they might actually have emotions and feelings and be able to kind of think for themselves, kind of thing. And that series is all full of that because it's a love story essentially. So it's full of that where it's like,
love.
Well, not only that, but what does it mean when you love that? Like
Robot.
when you love something, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Do you love with it needing to be reciprocated? Is loving just enough? It's like a whole big philosophical thing, and it's very cute as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a big fucking question where like you can spend ages and hours and days and years thinking about it. Like if a robot has programming, then what's its purpose essentially?
Well, that's the thing.
Does it have its own purpose? Like,
but it also talks about because isn't the idea that AI is the idea of starting off with a robot, but then it kind of gets free will because of that. Like you set the parameters, and then they, based on that, make their decisions. But that's the fucking brain. Like that's a brain. That's just a brain. Like set the parameters, let loose. So Bender. You have free will, buddy.
I mean, he kind of seems like he does
I know,
anyway.
Right? You just needed to believe
because
he did.
Even when he's like, I can't break into these things. I don't have free will. He basically is like, oh, I should do that. That's a good idea, Fry.
Yeah.
So he's basically found a way around it anyway.
He turned Fry to go the direction that he actually wanted to go instead. I think it's like a Wizard of Oz thing. It's like you had the power to go back all along.
You had the power to kill Farnsworth all along.
Fuck me. And also, just killing Farnsworth gets top notches for me. He didn't kill Farnsworth, but he may as well have.
Yeah. Also the art. I mean, we've mentioned this, but the animation in it is beautiful. Like I literally went, wow. Like a few times in it.
Which Raimi, I know a lot of the other directors and writers have really praised Raimi for being a director with an eye for detail and someone that, when you've got a Raimi episode, you're going to have a visually stunning episode. Yeah. Farewell to Arms. There's the whole thing of the planets colliding into each other, arms ripping and floating into space. You madman,
3D.
Raimi. Yeah.
You absolute... What a mad dog. It's so much fun. And it starts off with such a cracker pace. Like it literally, we go Bender, we go fucking
the uni,
glasses, we go uni, we go drugs, we go gangs, we go him destitute, we go him going
There's
to
a
the
lot of side characters that are kind of slammed into this episode.
We got the mafia. I love that.
The chicken. There's
chicken. We got the monks.
Hyper chicken. There we go.
Yeah, we got.
The elders come back.
Yes.
And it doesn't feel like they're being crammed in. It doesn't feel like they're being forced into the episode. It's just. And also getting to explore past episodes in a way that doesn't feel contrived is awesome too.
Bring it back to a setting where the setting makes sense.
And we're also, you know what? You get ticks for acknowledging Fry and Leela. Like just the fact that they are like, they're there.
But also in a way that's not like, just kind of like, oh, I guess we should check in on Fry and Leela and like make sure the fans know that if they are a couple or not. Like, it's a really interesting thing to see when you know a couple and like they kind of rub off on each other a little bit. So like Fry saying Leela's catchphrase is just like, oh my God.
Or like little life things where I'm like, wouldn't Leela also be in the apartment? She's there.
Yeah.
She's there. She's absolutely there. Yep. Cool. Great. Good. And not to, and obviously not to talk down Fun on a Bun, which as we mentioned was a fun episode. on a bun. But yeah, I feel like this had a bigger sci-fi hook. I feel like this was a funnier. I got more laugh out loud moments to it. I think Fun on a Bun had more heart, but then if you stack the visuals up together, I just feel there was a bit more fun in this episode.
I felt like mainly just for me the pacing in this one just felt so nice, so just like almost effortless, even though it's like packed with energy, and it never really kind of slows down.
No.
It never slows down, and yet it is still able to put this wonderful imagery, really good gags, and kind of still a bit of character progression at the same time.
Great motivation for Bender. That's not just, I should be set up. You should say I'm guilty because I'm a bad Bender. It's actually no, because if you don't say I'm guilty, that means I don't have free will.
What a horrifying thought. Yeah,
it's such a great motivation for Bender because he hates going on those sorts of journeys.
Yeah, and he doesn't.
What was it? It's I went on a soul searching journey. I hate those.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just we love this episode.
The current season 7 winner is now Free Will Hunting.
Hey.
Everyone. And if you want to
don't add us
or do, be nice.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to come back next week and see whether Free Will Hunting can continue the trend of being champion for more than 1 week, it'll be up against Near Death Wish, which is bringing back another previous plot point, I think. The Near Death Star.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's just a Star Wars reference. I don't know.
I just thought it was a clever name.
Yeah.
But you know where you can at us?
Are we doing that now? Because we got it on the tail end of the show. Yeah. I put it so we don't have to do it, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty
then
much...
just don't at me. Yeah, cool.
But that's pretty much us.
That's it. Are we doing a voice? I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, let's do a voice. Thanks.
Fuck.
You can do...
Oh, my.
Oh, you know what? We haven't done hidden. We're going back over the catalogue of people, so you can either do Hedonismbot or Tom Kenny.
Who was Tom Kenny?
Tom Kenny was the robot that accepts a delivery on the planet. He's like, "Are you a human?"
Oh, you can never be sure.
Yeah, that was Tom Kenny.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the kind of boring, predictable thing a robot would say.
You're all right.
I love how you have to actually jiggle your fucking high.
My jowls.
That's not your jowls.
Or was it?
Oh. I really didn't jiggle my jowls.
Jiggle my jowls while what's the word?
I humiliated pheasant. Oh, nothing crass, my boy.
Sordid.
Was it nothing sordid?
Nothing sordid, my boy.
Just vomit gently on me. Gently. Have you ever
vomited
have you ever gently vomited in your life? So
no context for this, but I saw some porn once where it was vomit porn, and instead of projectiling it, they just opened their mouth and it just came out.
Oh no.
It just it's like I've never seen it before.
It's one of those
but an uncomfortable amount came out. It was just open the mouth and it just came out.
Oh, God.
There's I don't...
fuck. Was it like Misha Barton in The Sixth Sense? You know, when she's just like, I'm feeling much better now. And then, opens her mouth and, the vomit just comes out. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what I'm more shocked by, that story or the fact that Misha Barton was in The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
From the OC?
Yeah. That's her.
Wow.
It's her as a little kid.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm feeling much better now.
That's a much better segue from vomit porn.
I had to do that once for a film.
Vomit porn?
Yeah, no. No, cut that. No, I was in a student film and they needed me to basically be on this kind of not quite drug, not quite dream sequence where I'm in a club and I'm kind of like, I was like on a dolly. The camera was on a dolly and I was on my roller skates being pulled by the camera to get this nice kind of like I'm moving through the crowd and everyone's like everyone's moving and like, or everyone's stationary and I'm just kind of slowly moving around. And then basically they needed me to do one of those vomits where it's just like, like you just like open your mouth and it comes out.
And it just comes out.
Yeah, essentially. And that was so fucking hard. So I think it was just canned soup. So I had to just put enough in my mouth that there would be some to spit out. And then they were like, okay, so just basically on action, like open your mouth. And I did, but then like the camera wouldn't catch it or they like, it would just kind of.
Oh no.
Yeah,
and then canned soup did you have that day?
The first time, I didn't eat it. It came
but just in your mouth.
And then I think the first time it like splattered all over the bottom of the tripod for the camera, and they're just like, oh, this isn't fucking working. Yes, but we did end up getting shot, and then guess what?
They didn't use it?
It got cut, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a shaggy dog story for you.
Now, I do have more vomit stories, but we'll leave that for another time. Because I don't know if Chris is actually squirmish about this stuff, so we'll find out. I don't know.
We'll do it
I've
gently.
been Sean.
And I've been...
Vomit ASMR.
Gently vomit. Hi, this is Ellen. We're just going to gently vomit today. Can you still do this?
You're welcome, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
How do we get people on the podcast?
I don't know. Vomit on them.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact us, you can do so by emailing us at babybeardmedia@gmail.com. Our socials are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram @babybeardmedia. And if you're looking for a way to support us, the best way you can do it is by jumping onto iTunes or the podcast app and giving us a 5-star rating and a nice review. It goes a long way to helping us. Otherwise, if you'd like to join us next week...
Anyway.
Beep.
Let me take a sip of this water. This here water.
Oh, fresh. Oh, this water's spicy. Oh, that's disgusting.
Don't know if you'll be able to pick that up.
I could pick it up.
Hiccup. Ooh, I've gone 121 episodes of his podcast without hiccuping on air. This is the first. Because I fucking listened to.
You've never done it.
Because I know. I'm like a shitty low budget Dalek.
What do you mean shitty low budget? Don't you just
Shittier.